Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. It is early in the week, but hopefully it's going good, right? Hopefully it started off on a good note and it will just continue to get good. I hope so. I hope so. If not, maybe today's project will pick you up and inspire you. I had fun with this one. This is a bargain bead box project that we're doing today, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that you guys will feel the same way. And I hope that everybody out there has already gotten their bargain bead box. If you have not gotten your bargain bead box yet, I don't want to spoil it for you. So maybe come back after you have gotten yours if you've not gotten it yet. Hopefully everybody has received theirs. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Wendy. Tanya's here. Cecilia's here. Leah, Sandy, Gail. Hello, hello. If I've not said hello to you, I do see you. Hi, Bonnie, my love. How are you? Sherry is here. All right, guys. So it is bargain bead box time again. And I love bargain bead box time. It's so much fun to get these bargain bead boxes and create with them. And to me, it's like, there's so many good things about this. It's like Christmas once a month, right? It's so fun. So if you're unfamiliar with the Bargain Bead Box, it is a monthly subscription service. You can get it once a month. It is very, very affordable. Out of all of the bead boxes that there are out there, this is one that is very affordable. And I think that it is worth way more than what it actually costs you money wise. And I'm always impressed with what is included. It is always a ton of things. It is a curated box, so there's a theme every single month. And they do such a good job of putting together a really nice selection of beads and findings and components to help you create some really beautiful pieces of jewelry. And there's a lot to work with, particularly when you look at the price point of Bargain Bead Box versus what is included. It always blows me away. I'm like, how do they afford to do this? And I don't mean that in like a cheesy, like $19.99 kind of way. I mean it in like a very truthful way, because I have spent years, as a lot of you have as well, buying beads. We know what beads cost. We know what metal elements cost. And that price can skyrocket if you're not paying attention and you're not like shopping with coupons and, like really paying attention and minding your pennies. And Bargain Bead Box does this in a way that I am always taken aback by what is included and how much it costs me to get it. Because as I mentioned, this is one of the most affordable box subscriptions out there. And I know that they have a breakdown included so that like every month, like at the bottom of this one, it says estimated retail value for this is $90.80. And I know how much I paid to get the box here. And it just, if you don't believe it, go down the list of things that are included and try to buy those individually. And you'll see they're not just making that up. So it's always amazing to me that I get the amount of things that I get, and I create one big piece of jewelry and then I have so much left over. So if you are not familiar with Bargain Bead Box, I definitely recommend you checking it out. There are other bead services out there that are great. This one is one that I have been a part of for years and will continue to be a part of. Even when a box shows up that is in a color palette that I don't particularly care for, or a metal that I'm not super confident using, I still look at that as a win, because it is causing me to become a better creator and a better designer, because it's forcing me to use things that I wouldn't naturally or normally gravitate towards. And that can only be beneficial to you as a maker, right? That can only help you to grow as a designer. So I look at those times as not a loss. I look at that as a challenge accepted, because, if they send me a bunch of beads that are in a color palette that I would not normally use, then that's great for me, because I needed that push. So I hope that you guys look at it that way as well. And then, of course, once you are subscribed, you get a 30% off coupon that you can use over and over throughout the month. It's not just a one and done. It is a coupon that you can use several times throughout the month to order extra items from the bead box. So if there are favorites that you love, when they are released, you can order those and use your 30% off coupon. But you can also just shop their site, Bead Box Bargains, to order all kinds of other goodies. They are great for bead caps, metal beads, chain. I love to order those things from the Bead Box Bargains. They're also a wonderful source for getting crystals. They have 99-cent bicone strands almost all the time. And they also have gemstone strands and everything else that you could think of. There are lots of cut glass beads to choose from and just really cool pendants and charms. I order in bulk from them. So using that 30% off coupon is really, really helpful. But even if you're just making a regular order and you're not ordering tons of things like I do, then that 30% off really makes you feel like you have, you have access to a discount that, a big business would have, right? Your wholesale license and your tax-free. Like, I don't have those things, but it's nice to get a coupon like that where it feels like I do. So I really, really enjoy Bargain Bead Box, and I hope that you guys do as well. And if you don't and you're interested, I've got a couple of coupon codes that you can use. You can use SLD15 for 15% off any purchase. I also have a $2 off your first subscription box if you would like to check them out. And I have an affiliate link that you can use with them that I get a small commission off of all the sales. And I love that. That's really cool, because what happens is that when the commission builds up, they send it to me and then I use it to reinvest into what we do. So I use the affiliate link commission that I make to buy more beads to create kits for you guys. So it's really a nice little circle that we've got going on. Plus the fact that this is a small business owned by a handful of people that are really top-notch human beings. There are really pride themselves on customer service, and even though mistakes happen, they take full responsibility for those, and really are well versed in taking very good care of customers. So so many reasons to sing their praises. All right, yes, you can use the affiliate link and the coupon code all at the same time. Yes, you can. All right, so oh my, I'm a little hot in here today. It's a little steamy in this room. I don't really know why. Sometimes it's freezing cold and other times it's hot. Today it is hot in here. So just bear with me as I'm like using my paper here to fan myself. It's crazy hot, but I don't know what I should expect. It's June. It's the middle of June. What is happening, you guys? Summer is already here. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. We're going to go through the June Bargain Bead Box. We're going to unbox it and then we're going to put together a project. Now, the project I'm going to do in the most, what's the word? The most abbreviated version possible, because it could be a long project if I hadn't done a lot of it in advance, but I just want to inspire you. So let's go through it. Then let's put together a necklace and then I will let you guys go for the day. All right. So I'm going to turn you around and we're going to get started. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. This was such a pretty assortment. This one is the Tranquil Tides collection. And I just, the past boxes that I've gotten from them have just been top notch, like top notch. And of course, this one is right up there with some of my very favorites. So, all right, let's take a look. We're going to look at the beads first, and then we'll look at the metal elements, and then we will do our project. All right. So one of the things that I used in my project, so there's not a lot of these left here because I am using some of these in the project, are these gorgeous blue spot Jasper round beads. Now these look very similar to sodalite. If you were to mix these with some sodalite from your own stash, I don't think you would be able to tell the difference unless you are just really, really obsessive about your sodalite and you know how to pick out, spot the difference. But this was a 15-inch strand of 8mm blue spot Jasper round beads, aka my little pretend like I'm sodalite. I mean, it's almost the same thing, but they're gorgeous. I love this blue. This is like a this is what I call blue jean blue. And blue jean blue, you guys know your blue jeans go with everything, right? That's how I feel about blue jean blues when it comes to beads. So like your sodalites, this will work with so many different colors. But what a beautiful color palette they have put together with blue. So if you do want to use it with blue, they got you covered. All right, so like I mentioned, some of these are missing because we're using them in our project. Then there are these. Now, you guys have heard me say fisherman chic is all the rage this summer, and fish beads and charms and pendants are everywhere. So this was really exciting to get these. These are glass fish beads. There are 10 of them. They are 10 by 14 millimeters. So these are not little tiny beads. These are good sized little fish beads, and I adore them. I love them. I love them, love them, love them. I watch a lot of TikTok at night. That's how I put myself to sleep at night. And I have been noticing that a lot of the TikTok influencers have been wearing fish beads and charms, particularly mixed with like just simple seed beads. So they'll do like a necklace, or they won't do, but they will have on rather, because I don't think a lot of them are jewelry makers, but they put on a necklace that is just seed beads and a fish bead in the middle and maybe like 2 accent beads. I love that. I could make 10 of those with the beads that are included in this bargain bead box, which makes me really, really excited. Also loving this color. That is one of my favorite colors. This is a crystal faceted round bead in Magma AB. If you've been with me for a while, you know that the Magma color is one of my favorite bead colors next to Bermuda blue. There are 20 of these and they are 8 millimeters. Adore them. Adore them. So pretty. Yes, yes, yes. I'm loving it. Loving all of the beads in this one. All right. Next up, we have, see, Leah says Magma's her favorite too. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. All right. We have some 10 millimeter banded agate beads, 7-inch strand. These are just kind of dreamy, watery colored, which I think is fantastic. They're so pretty. And I love that you're getting a nice big 10 millimeter bead. Very lovely. I like those a lot. All right. We have, hi, Lisa. Hi, Holly. We have a 10-piece, 10 millimeter blue spot Jasper melon beads. These are super cool. So check those out. They're calling these melon beads, which I guess they are. But they kind of remind me of lantern beads, which I guess because they're not check glasses, why they are called melon beads. Because they have that, I mean, it looks like sort of like a little pumpkin. I think they're really beautiful. Really beautiful. Love the cut on those. Really nice. Really pretty. Love that. All right. Another little fun bead we have here. We have 10-piece synthetic coral carved shell beads. These are so cool. And this color, you guys, we used this color last week in our Feel Good Friday show with actual coral. So this is such a hot, popular color for summer because it's not quite orange and it's not quite pink. It's that in between that you could mix with literally anything. It turns out it looks beautiful with blue. But you could mix this with your hot pinks, like with my fingernail. See how pretty? Or you could mix this with red, or you could mix this with orange, or anything else. I love them. So cute. Love the detail on these. They're really, really nice. And you can see where the hole is on them. So they're drilled right through there. So don't mistake this for the hole. It's not. The drill hole is actually next to that. Super cute. Love those. All right. Little bit more sparkle. This is one of my favorites. This one is a crystal faceted rondelle in steel blue shimmer, 15 inches, 6 by 4 millimeter crystals. You guys know if there is sparkle involved, I'm all about it. This is beautiful. Such a beautiful, beautiful bead. I'm going to make a little cluster with some of those over a beautiful pendant. We'll talk about that here in a minute. All right, let's see here. You're still waiting on a get ready with me. I can do that for you. You know, every time I sit at my makeup table, I think about that and I think, you know, all I have to do is just turn my camera on. Instead of watching YouTube, if I would just turn my camera on and just film what I'm doing. And And then I think, does I really want to see that? And then you remind me that yes, you do want to see it. I got you, Heather. I got you. All right. 6mm peach moonstone, 7 inches. And I do love moonstones. So nice and so pretty. This color palette is beautiful. It's so pretty. It's giving like water's edge kind of feeling to it, koi pond in the backyard kind of feeling to it, or sitting at a little restaurant right on the beach. That's what I'm feeling from all of these beautiful beads. All right. Gail says yes, please, please, please. Okay, I hear you. I can do that for you guys. All right, 4x3mm crystal faceted rondelle in matte pink champagne. This is a 15-inch strand. I love this color because it's not like Barbie pink. This is a really soft peachy pink that can be used in so many different ways. It's a good neutral. Looks beautiful with the moonstone and with the magma. Nice choice. All right. Next up, we have sodalite, actual sodalite. And you can see how much it looks like the big beads in here, right? I mean, it could be. The big beads could 100% be mistaken for sodalite. So this is a sodalite rondelle bead, 7-inch strand. I love a smooth rondelle. I love all rondelles, just saying. I think rondelles are a fantastic bead to work with. Smooth rondelles, there's just something about them. They're just so pretty. I always just want to restring these either just by themselves or with little seed beads in between them. I love that. Love that. So pretty. And you can tell I'm playing around with mine a little bit because they're all off the strand. All right, next up. 2 more little whimsical fun items that I think were a really nice addition. We have white chalcedony starfish charms in coral pink. I love that there's a pair here because you can make a cute little pair of earrings out of these if you wanted to, or you could make dangles on anything and everything because I must have dangles on all the things. Put those right there. And then probably my favorite bead in this entire box is this little guy right here. This is a little lampwork glass octopus in dotted blue. You can't tell me that's not adorable. I mean, you can, but you would be wrong. You could tell me that if you wanted. He's so cute. First of all, he's checking all the boxes for me because he's lampwork and he's blue and he's adorable. But oh, I love him so. And he's drilled right through the top. So he's going to fit onto he's going to make the best little dangle ever. Look at that. He's going to make the cutest little dangle. Oh, I love him. I love him. And I love that they have included this because this is one of those things. I look for this in so many bead boxes. I look for it in designers, other designers in the industry. I look for this kind of element. And the reason that I look for this is because if you've created a piece of jewelry as a designer with something like this in it, or you have curated a box of beads or a palette or whatever it is, and you are putting it out there into the world, and it has a little element like this in it, this fun, whimsical element, it tells me immediately that you do not take yourself too seriously. You're not pretentious. You don't take jewelry making and beads, you don't take those things too seriously. We can immediately be friends. Because jewelry making should be fun, you guys. It should be fun. It should be one of those things that makes you happy. It makes you smile. And even if you think this is dumb, I would never use that. That's childish. No way, man. Come on. This guy's adorable. This says to me that you can giggle and laugh and you can make jewelry and you enjoy what you're doing. And that means that you're not stuffy. You're not, all of those things. Like, it takes a real fun, happy individual to incorporate something as whimsical as this into your jewelry making. And those are my people. Those are my people. So if you feel the same way, we are in this. We're in this together because there's so many people in the world that just take things way too seriously. So I love it. I adore him. I think that he was the perfect little addition. So pretty. Okay, so now we're going to start talking about the metal elements here. I dropped a bead and I cannot find it. I think it might be under my chair cushion. I'm just going to give up. Stop thinking about it. Stop obsessing. Okay, so there's also a beautiful pendant. This is a blue spot Jasper and brass teardrop pendant. It did have a bail on it. I took the bail off for our project because we are going to be using this, but I thought this was gorgeous. The metal element in this shipment is this beautiful antique copper. So if you love antique copper, you're going to love the project that we put together. But listen, even if you don't love antique copper, this color palette is going to look great with gold. It's going to look great with silver. It's going to look good with regular copper, antique brass. Like, it's such a versatile color palette here. You're going to be able to use whatever metal elements you want to. All right, so right, Holly says fun is a lot more appealing than stuffy. Agreed. These are fun. These little 8mm swirl coin beads. There are 20 of these. And again, I cannot tell you guys how much I appreciate Bead Box Bargain's selection of bead caps and metal beads. They can be very expensive depending on where you buy them from. Particularly if you go to the box stores, you're going to spend a lot and you're only going to get a handful of them. But I can order as many as I want from Bead Box Bargains and use my little 30% off coupon, and I can get enough to use in several projects. And I adore that. I adore that. And speaking of bead caps, I've got this one right here. Beautiful 20-piece 8mm swirled round bead cap. These are beautiful. Look how pretty those are. I love the detail on those. And the swirl, like, they think through every bit of this. See, the swirl here matches the swirl in the bead. And you know that, like, they put real thought into that. It wasn't just, oh, we have a bunch of these, let's just throw them in because they're the right color metal. No, they thought through the smallest little details there to show you guys that they really are. When I say they are curating a box, they are really putting some thought into each and every element that is included. And I appreciate that so much. All right, now there were two little charm elements, and I'm using a bunch of them in the design today. So I'm just going to show you a couple of them. There are more than what I'm showing you included, but look at the little charms. So one's a little sea turtle and one is a little seahorse. We're using all of the seahorses except for one, and we are using, I believe we're using all of the turtles in our project today. Again, another cute little whimsical element that says that we love jewelry making. We don't take ourselves too seriously. We don't have to have, you know, the most expensive, crazy, insane designer elements ever. No, we enjoy the fun parts of real life, you know. Little turtles and seahorses, that just makes me happy. Makes me happy. More than just the two that you see are included. Like I said, I've used them. All right, then there are clasps. There are two 14 by 8mm brass magnetic clasps in antique copper. Always love a good magnetic clasp. So there are two here that you can use. Ooh, those are strong. Really, really nice. If you have dexterity issues in your fingers, or you just struggle with putting your jewelry on, which is me, I'm forever grabbing like a bobby pin to help. Magnet's going to save all of the hard work for you. You just snap it open and then snap it right back closed again. Always happy to have a magnetic clasp. All right. Ear wires. Love it, love it, love it. 20 pieces. That's going to get you 10 pairs of earrings in nickel free, so you don't have to worry about anybody with a nickel allergy. Still ear wires in antique copper. It's just this really nice standard fish hook, not fish hook, shepherd's hook. It's a French ear wire, you know, just a classic ear wire shape. Don't listen to me trying to make it more than it is. They're ear wires. They're good. They're nice. They're the right color. I adore them. Oh my goodness. All right. Now chain, and I'm using a lot of the chain, so there is some chain missing here. Obviously they give you 1 meter. This is certainly less than 1 meter. This is a steel jewelry chain in antique copper. This is one of those fun chain patterns that's like the little swirly whirlies. Love that. And again, goes with the swirls that are already here. Like they thought all of those little elements through. So love that. Really pretty. There's a meter of this. Also a great place to purchase chain by the meter. I'm one of those people who I really struggle with buying chain online because even though I work with measurements all day long, a bead measurement is easy for me to envision. Chain measurements, I always mess them up. So I'll order chain and I'll get it and I'll be like, oh, that was not the right size, even though I read the description. And like, so this gives me an opportunity to get chain in my hand. And when there are chains that I love from Bargain Bead Box, I will set them to the side and keep their little packages so that I can reorder them and I don't have to worry that I'm ordering the wrong size. So always very appreciative of that. Plus I just like chain. And then last but not least, we have 5 grams of 21 gauge brass head pins. And I've used a bunch of these. You can see we're going to use them. There is a little seed in mine, which is just part of the packing process. We had a whole conversation about that one time, the little packing seeds that are in a lot of things, but perfect color. Love the gauge on these. I used a ton of them. We're going to use them in our design today. So taking a look here, I have, oh, wait. I'm sorry. I'm forgetting one more little element that we are using in our project. And that's these little connectors. There were 4 of these little connectors. I'm using them in our project, so I didn't want to leave these out. This one's got a jump ring stuck in it at the moment. But they're so pretty. I love them. So we're using these in our project with all of the other fun little things that we've got going on. All right, so as I was trying to say before I realized that I had left something out, this is just a small sampling because, again, some of the chain I've used, some of the beads I've used, like this is a ton. And we're going to create a full-size necklace, and this is what's left over. So if you ever question the amount of things that come in your monthly subscription, this is what's left over after I've done a full project. So just to kind of give you an idea. All right. Beautiful palette. Let's put together a quick little necklace. I'm going to scoot all of this over to the side, and I'm going to regret all of that because I do have to clean all of this up later, but that's all right. Try to scoot it over in piles so that I don't make a complete disaster out of it. All right. Now this stuff it's a little easier to separate those out than it is the metal stuff. All right. So we are going to put together a necklace. And as I mentioned before, we're going to do the abbreviated version of this. So a lot of this I've done in advance just to kind of save us some time. I'm also going to pull up the picture so that I don't mess this up. All right. I'm going to lay it all out for you, show you what we're going to do. All right. So where did that pendant go? All right, we're going to put our pendant here in the center and around our pendant. Now, as I mentioned before, this had a bail on it. I took the bail off just because I didn't need it in this design. But if you want to leave the bail on, please feel free to do so. I just didn't need the extra length that it created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a beautiful crystally sparkly cluster around this. It's going to hang on the top, over the top of that, okay, which looks like a hot mess at the moment, but just bear with me. All right, then I am going to put together a little beaded chain with my filigree pieces. Okay, and why is this hanging all weird? There we go. So 2 filigree pieces, and then we're going to create a little beaded chain with some of the beautiful blue beads with our little sea stars. I'm sorry, our seahorses and our little turtles. Okay, so I've already done this side. We're going to do this side. We're going to create our little cluster here in the front. Then we're going to do a second layer, which I've already done just to kind of save some time. But I've cut a little piece of the chain and hung some more of the charms from it to create a second drape here. Okay, and you can leave the second drape out. You don't have to do the second strand of this if you don't want to. You could just do the bottom. But I thought it was fun and I couldn't resist those fun little charms. So this is what we are going to put together. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way here. And we are going to start with putting together, let's move this guy out of the way, putting together this element. Okay, because we've already done one, or I've already done one. We're going to do one to go with it here. So each one of these little guys, I have put 4mm jump rings on the ends. Okay, and then we're using our beads here on eye pins. Now, this box didn't come with eye pins, so I'm going to use a head pin to create an eye pin. We're going to do that here in just a second. And 2 little clusters. We will use a head pin there of the little crystals, and then we'll add our dangles, our little charms in between there. Okay, so first things first, we are going to take one of our head pins and we're going to turn it into an eye pin. Oh, Wanda says, okay, so I can't pronounce it. Lumachina chain. Lumachina. I don't know because I don't speak Italian, but she says it means little snail in Italian. Yes, that is adorable. That is adorable, and that's what it looks like. Oh, it looks like a little swirly snail. I love it. I love it. That makes me happy. I learned something new today. Okay, so what we're gonna do to make this into an eye pin is we're gonna use our cutter tool and we're just gonna trim the head pin off because we don't need that part. And then we are going to use our round nose pliers. We're just going to grab the wire at the end, right where we cut off that little tip, right? And we are just going to turn a loop, right? And then I'm going to center the wire by just giving it a little turn, also known as breaking the neck, which I think is a terrible term, but that is what you call it, just to center the wire up with my loop. And if your loop is not quite closed, mine are never quite closed when you do that. You can always scoot it over with your pliers. All right, and then I'm going to thread on my bead. And then I'm going to do another simple loop on the other side. So I'm going to grab the wire, hold my bead, bend the wire where it is exiting the bead, come in with my cutter tool, trim off, leaving myself about 1/4 of an inch of wire. And then I'm going to use my round nose pliers to roll back to create my loops. So now I have 2 loops, one on either side. One's a little bigger than the other, but you won't be able to tell once it's all put together. But if you don't have eye pins in this color, then use the head pins that you have to create the eye pins. It's super easy. And then I don't have to worry about trying to match my metals. So you're going to create 4 of those per side. So an 8 total. Okay. Then you are going to create some little dangle-doos with your crystals, 2 for each side. So you're going to do 4 total. Grab another head pin. Now this time I am going to use it as a head pin. Thread my bead on, and I'm going to do a wrapped loop. So I'm going to grab the wire right where it is exiting the bead. I'm going to bend that over the top of my pliers. Then I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers. We're going to go up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then we're going to wire wrap in that space. Oh. Okay. Then we are going to trim off the excess and tuck your end. Just be gentle so you don't crack your crystal. Okay. All right. So those are going to go in between these guys. And we're going to use jump rings to connect everything together. So actually, I probably need to grab, hold on just a second. Where are, Albert, that's enough. That's enough. Copper, 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 copper. Trying to grab my box that has copper jump rings in it because I know from yesterday I am a jump ring short. And of course, there we go. Of course, right in front of my face is exactly where it was hiding. All right, let's grab my jump rings so that I have some extras. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to connect these guys together. Now remember, I put 4mm jump rings on there. This one doesn't have a 4mm jump ring on it. It's going to need something. It's going to need a 4mm jump ring. I don't know where it went. But we're going to put another jump ring. So that little 4mm is our connecting jump ring, our transition jump ring, because the loop is front facing here. And I need my jump ring with my dangles to also be front facing. So that's why I put a little jump ring in between there. And I'm going to thread on my 2 little crystals. And then I'm going to thread on the 4mm jump ring attached to my next little filigree piece. Close that back. So that makes sure that those crystals are going to hang in the right direction, right? That's why we needed that extra jump ring in between there. Okay, now, oh, I know why there wasn't a jump ring on this one. So I actually need to take the jump ring off of this one. And it goes on the other side. This is just from where I took this apart yesterday. And now I'm putting it back together today. Reason is because we needed a jump ring here, jump ring here, jump ring here, but don't need a jump ring right here because we're going to take our bead and just connect it directly. Now, if you wanted to put another jump ring in there just so that it all has jump rings, you absolutely can do that. But I'm just going to open up my simple loop on my bead and close that back. So I chose to not put an extra jump ring in there. All right. Now I'm going to need another jump ring so that I can put on my starfish. Okay. And we're going to do that the exact same way. So we're going to open up our jump ring. We're going to thread that on to the loop on our bead, thread our starfish on, and then thread on our next bead. And then we're going to close that back. Okay. Then we are going to do another jump ring, and this time we're going to put a turtle on there. Now the turtle, he already has a front-facing loop, whereas the seahorses don't. The seahorse's loop is facing the other direction. So in order to make him hang the way that I want, I'm using another transition jump ring, just a little 4mm. And I'm going to thread that on. And then I'm going to thread his jump ring on. And then my next bead. And I'm going to close that back. Okay. Next one. Another sea star. Not a sea. Why do I keep calling him that? Seahorse. There is not a star in sight on here. I don't know why I keep saying that, but whatever. All right. Jump ring going on. Whoops. Or not. Here, let's go ahead and attach our seahorse. Seahorse. There we go. Now, it's going to attach right there. And then before he is a star of the sea. I like it. Then that way I'm not wrong. Perfect. I like what you're saying. All right, we're going to close our jump ring. All right, now we have created 2 little chains here, one for each side going on coming off of our main pendant here. So I'm going to scoot these up. Okay. scoot those up out of the way. We're going to work on our main pendant. So our main pendant is going to, you could just leave it. You could just leave it. It's beautiful as is. It does not need a cluster over the top of it, but you guys know I cannot resist. So I must build a cluster. So I'm building a cluster with a bunch of these rondelles. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. We're gonna wire wrap 2. And then we're gonna build a little cluster here. So we're gonna get some head pins. Where did they go? All right. Okay. So each one of your beautiful little rondelles, I'm doing wrapped loops. You could do just simple loops. It's whatever works. Okay. But I'm going to put a wrapped loop onto each one. Round nose pliers are coming in. Up and over. Rotate, take the wire over to the other side. And then I'm going to wire wrap. Okay. Trim off the excess. You can use as many beads or as few beads as you want for this if you're going to build a cluster over this, or if you're just building a cluster in general. Mine's really, really full. You don't have to do super full. Rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then wire wrap. Ooh. Okay, so trim, tuck if you need to. All right, now we are going to build our cluster. And the cluster that I'm going to build here is actually going to be double beads. So where I normally just do like 1 bead per side of the jump ring, we're actually going to do 2. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to thread a jump ring on. Ari, hello, my lovely. I hear you. All right, we're going to thread on 1 and then 2. So 2 on one side, and then we're going to do 2 on the other side. Now, if you don't want your cluster to be super full, only use 1 bead, but I want this to be full instead of long, right? All right, so now I'm going to pick up another jump ring, and I'm going to thread it onto that jump ring, and I'm going to do the same thing. So 2 beads on the left, and then 2 beads on the right. Okay, and then I'm going to close that back. I'm going to grab another jump ring. Oop. Thread that one on. Maybe I'm not doing so well. Hook that on. All right, and then again 2 beads. So 1, 2. Oh, she gave up, Wanda. She fully gave up. She started a kit, realized that it was not going the way she wanted, and she just walked away. I was like, wow, it must be nice to be able to do that. I cannot do that. I have no choice. I must finish a kit. I cannot. All right, close that back. So now when you look at this, it's really, really full, right? So it's not super, super long, but it is very, very full. Now what I need is another, bless you, another jump ring on the top of that. That's going to make this top jump ring a front facing jump ring. Okay. I didn't mean to come in here and interrupt you like that. Gosh. For real though. Uh-huh. All right. So now I'm going to pick up one of my strands, my beaded strand that I created, and I'm going to put it on the left, and I'm stringing on the jump ring. She's on a break. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the other one on the other side, and then I'm going to close that back. Okay.
Hey, so who told her that?
Who told who what?
Who said that?
Oh, I may have said that.
Hey!
We had a whole conversation about
no.
you not liking dangles. All right, take a look. Take a look, guys, at what we have. Look how pretty it is. I love it so much. It's so fun. You got a little cha-cha sparkly doodad here in the front. You've got your beautiful little charms on the sides. And I made sure that my sea stars, no, they are not sea stars. Wow. My sea horses, my gosh, are facing opposite directions. So I meant to mention that before. They're printed on both sides. So you can, you know, it doesn't matter which direction you have them. But I know that some people don't like them all going the same direction. So I have them all facing inwards. So 2 on this side are facing this way and the 2 on this side are facing this way so that they're not all facing to the left or to the right. All right. Then I took a small piece of the chain and I put one of our seahorses and 2 of the little turtles. Words are hard today. All right, that's our second drape to this. So if you want this to leave this part out, you absolutely could, and just keep it like it is. But I just couldn't resist. The charms were so fun. So in order to attach all of that, I'm going to use some jump rings, and then for the length, Heather says, I wonder where she got her sassiness from. Right? I have no idea. No idea. All right, so I'm just going to use some jump rings, and then I'm just using some more of that chain for the length of this. You could use beads. You could bead up the rest of it if you wanted to. You definitely don't have to use the chain, but then I'm just using some jump rings and a clasp. I didn't use the magnetic clasp on the back of this because for me personally, I can't wear a magnet clasp on the back of my neck. It bothers me for some reason. It creates this really strange sensation. So I only use the magnets on bracelets. So I went with just the just a standard lobster clasp for this. But if you are not bothered by the magnets on the back of your neck, definitely use one of the magnets that was included in today's box. All right. So just going to link all this together with a couple of jump rings. So jump ring on the end up here, and then hooking on my chain for my second drape, and then my chain for the length. Why are you laughing? What are you giggling about? You like to swallow the magnets. Okay. All right. Oh, she doesn't.
I totally do.
She did eat paint as a kid, though. That's what's wrong with her. I'm just kidding. Hey, your hair looks really pretty today.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Sassy pants. Sassy, sassy, sassy.
Your face looks really nice today.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
You're so weird.
Compliments are awkward.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They are
Somebody
not.
compliments me in front of like other people. I'm like, oh,
Tee. All right. And there we go. That is it, my friends. That is it. We have created fun necklace. See if I can lay this back out and it look cutie patootie. With all the little dangle doos. It's so fun. I love it. Love, love, love. All right, you guys. So that's our project. That's our project for the day. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this one. All right, I'm going to turn you guys around. And I'm going to put this on the bust. And we'll see what it looks like hanging before we go today. Guys, don't forget, I do have an affiliate link with Beadbox Bargains and coupon codes that'll work for Beadbox Bargains, Bargain Bead Box, the whole thing. Please feel free to use those if you want to. You don't have to, but you know, a couple of dollars here and there always really helps. So who doesn't like to save a couple bucks when they're shopping?
Nicole.
What did Nicole say? Nicole doesn't want to save money? What are you saying?
Do you not see it?
Oh, yes. Nicole is always. Yes, that is definitely a Nicole thing. That's funny. Sorry. She says it every time. All right. So here we go.
You think
Here's our necklace. That's not hanging on here perfectly, but you can Try to, everything's backwards. That little, it's pulled in a funny way, but I promise there's enough room for that turtle right there. It's not because my chain is uneven. Just in case you're curious. But there you go. It's fun. It's whimsical. It's pretty. It's just fun. And you know, you can leave out this part if you want to. Either way, it's pretty.
Put it back.
My bad. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was a lot of fun. We have 10 minutes. Let's make earrings. I got you, fam. What do you want to make? 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 What should we make? If I had 2 of these, I would make them into earrings. He's so cute. Oh, I have cuteness aggression for him.
Mommy,
just want to squeeze it. And some little fishy poos. Oh, look. Ari's been working on earrings. Little simple. Those are so pretty. Look at Ari's earrings. They're so cute.
You really think so?
I really think so.
Oh my gosh. What's wrong with them?
I don't know. I have lots of things. Oh, we could do like, oh, I like that. These are fun. That makes me happy.
Cool.
Start over. No, I will not. I wish I had another like, oh, I do. I do have some small beads here. Y'all are so funny.
We learned it from you.
So
I'm a funny guy.
I'm a funny guy. All right, we're gonna use up the last of our. She is going to, Wanda, I'm going to give her a little spot in my Etsy shop. She'll have her own little section where she's going to sell some of her little creations.
Necklaces, earrings, and bracelets over here.
She's been working on a little collection, and she's going to put them in my Etsy shop. And then that way she can direct her friends and family and all of y'all and Wanda over to Ari's little section.
Yeah.
I just haven't had the chance to do it yet, but I am going to. I promise.
You promise?
Also, it is order packing day today, and Ari packed orders last week. So if there were any mistakes last week, Ari did it.
I didn't do any of it. I paid extra close attention, I swear.
Okay.
If I mess it up, guys, don't come for me.
No, definitely come for Ari.
It's
she packed
excellent.
orders last week. Hopefully she'll be packing them this week because she gets a cute little allowance for doing it. So
a cute little allowance.
All right.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Alma! I'm so glad you're here. Jeez, Wanda. I'm not gonna take a percentage of any of it. I'm even going to handle her shipping so she doesn't have to. That's why she's not gonna start her own Etsy shop. I'm just gonna let her use mine because
I can't afford to pay
she
for
can't
the shipping label.
she can't afford the shipping labels or the fees that are attached. So I'm just gonna give her a spot in my shop to put her stuff.
Yeah, but it'd be cool because they can buy like 7 of your kits and like 8 things in mine. So then we
Oh
have,
my
like,
gosh!
a 400-pound package. we have to start buying boxes instead.
Oh my goodness! All right, trimming off the top of that because I need an eye pin here. Okay, so turn my head pin into an eye pin. I'm only nice sometimes. Really? Okay. All right then. All right, now, oh, that hangs kind of funny. Do you see how that's kind of twisting around on me a little bit? Interesting. Wonder if I can get it to stop with the bead. I don't think so.
Don't read that.
You already have 2. How many ants do you need?
All of them.
All of them. It's all of them. Oh, and Nicole. I'm sorry, I forgot. My bad.
I thought
2
I had
and
3.
Nicole.
Oh,
and Wanda?
It was Wanda, 2, and Nicole.
Well, there you go. You already have 3 ants. How many? I mean, listen, have as many as you want, I suppose. She's taking applications, though. That's crazy.
All right. All right. Yep.
You realize she's just trying to get free lunch out of you. That's what this is all about.
No.
She just wants somebody to take her and feed her lunch. That's all she wants.
If you're my aunt, you have to buy one of my things.
One of your
You have to buy one of those, and then you have to
But
buy
that's
one.
not true, because if they're ants, they should get them for free.
Well, technically.
Okay, I'm really struggling with this, because see how this bead wants to face the wrong direction? That's really frustrating me. I don't like that. Why is it heavy like that on one side? That I have a little bit of a problem with. That's bothersome. What if I use one of these instead? That's frustrating. That means that only those can go on to bracelets then, because gravity is not kind to those beads. Use the sea star, but I only have, oh, you mean this guy, but he's only drilled on the top, so he would have to technically go underneath that guy. Okay, I can do that. Let's do that. You pulled my leg. I'll do it.
Just don't read what Nicole said.
Don't read what Nicole said. What did Nicole say? Feed you sweets before you send her home. Just like a true aunt.
Oh, yeah. They're all hired.
They're all hired.
You're on the clock now. It starts right now.
Oh. All right. Jump ring through this little dude. Oh, no. My jump ring's not big enough. This has become a challenge. This has definitely become a challenge. Jump ring is just not quite big enough for that. Let's see if we have a bigger jump ring. She does not like the orange beads, and she does not like the ammonite shells, and those beads look like plastic.
God.
Well, tell us how you really feel.
Make it yourself.
I love it. She's not holding back today. She never does, but
Tell
tell us how you really feel. There's everybody's opinions matter.
Everybody's opinions.
This jump ring is not, I don't know. There we go. Just have to be.
Bring out my strong feelings.
You don't like them either because they're plastic, but they're pretty. Okay, fine. Be that way. That's fine. That's fine. Friends don't let friends use plastic.
Excuse me. That's what I built my career off of. Gosh, do I need to throw that watermelon over there?
What watermelon?
This watermelon.
Oh, that's pretty. Let me show you what Ari does with plastic. Maybe she'll change her mind. Let me show you.
Wait,
Here, give me that.
I have this one too.
That one's a little extra. But look,
no, it's not.
Ari uses plastic to make fantastic things. So not all plastic is bad. Look at that watermelon cup.
That's how I learned
That's
how to do
fantastic.
That's how I learned how to do jewelry.
Yeah.
Show the big one.
She also made this one, which is outrageously huge. I don't know who would wear it so big.
You're supposed to wear it to a rave.
Okay, well, because I go to raves so often.
Because I do too. What?
What? The sweet and responsible. Never mind.
I don't think I believe that.
Just kidding.
She's funny.
Tell us how you really feel. So that's pretty, okay? That's pretty. Y'all made me sad about the shell beads, though. It's okay. I'm so sorry, Nicole. we know the pain of that. We have a whole room. We have a whole room full of dogs that are extra stinky. Okay, you get one. One's all you get. It's 2 o'clock.
Yeah, you hurt her feelings. Gosh, guys.
I'm turning you around. Golly. How many earrings have I made so far? No, I like those. Those are cute. They're like simple.
Do you really like them?
They're okay. I like them. I only did it because Wanda told me to, and then she didn't like the beads I was using, so
I'm not listening.
I didn't like them either. I didn't like them either.
She's a bad influence, just in that mess.
Oh my gosh, she can't do that though because she's on color guard, and you have to go to the school to be on the color guard.
Go to jail for that.
So I already bought really expensive shoes and flags and things.
Those shoes are so ugly.
They really are. All right, here's our necklace again, just so that you guys can see. And our cute little earrings that I think are cute.
They don't match. Sorry. I'm just matching the energy going on over here.
I see that. All right. Hand me that watermelon bracelet again.
Say please.
Now. Thank you.
Get out of here.
It's cool though, right? It's cool. What's cool about it, guys, is that first of all, I'm okay with it being plastic beads because they're fabulous. But what she doesn't understand, and well, she understands now, but when she very first started doing stuff like this, what she didn't understand is that she's using seed bead techniques, right? This is peyote. She literally taught herself how to do peyote and was doing it with big beads. So eventually she can do this with seed beads. It just takes a little bit more practice. Lesson being, there's another one with a heart in it. The lesson here is that if you got a younger maker in your life and you want to teach them how to do things like peyote stitch, using these big beads is a really good way to do it because you can see exactly where your thread is going. It makes it easy to understand where the knots go. And anything you can do with seed beads, you can do with these large pony beads. So
you can brick stitch those too.
Yeah, you can brick stitch them. You can do ladder stitch. You can do right angle weave. And it's just a really good way to teach a younger person. Or if you're going to teach classes, it's a really good way to show how you're doing it and then let the class do it in seed beads.
I saw a tutorial where they were doing something that I already learned because when I get bored, I just watch the tutorials again.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody use the pony beads at first, but they were trying to show it for seed beads. So they showed it with the pony beads and then they changed it and it was the seed bead one, but it was already made.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a really good learning tool. So don't hate on plastic too much because for first of all, that's what all of the younger crowd is wearing, but really it's a great teaching technique.
You didn't hear that.
Yes, Kathy says she likes to use them when she's demoing. Exactly. They're really good for that. So very cool. All right, I'm out of here, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Hardwired will be meeting later. Ari's looking to see about the elastic. Here, you want to hand it to me?
3mm.
3mm elastic. I'll show you the spool of it. So it's actually elastic that you can use for making masks. I got this off.
Make sure it's the round one because the flat one.
The flat does not go through the beads, but it's this stuff. I got this on Art Beads. I don't even remember. It was pretty inexpensive, and she's been able to make a ton of stuff with it because it comes with so much on here. But
wait, here's a full of it, then flat.
Yeah, if it's full, this is what it looks like. This is the flat though.
The flat doesn't work with the pony beads. I'm getting a phone call.
All right, so I'm out of here. I'm out of here. You guys have a great rest of your afternoon. I will see you guys on Friday for our Feel Good Friday show. So set your reminders for that. And guys, next week I have something extra special coming your way on Tuesday at 1 p.m. So you may get a sneak peek on Friday. I may let the cat out of the bag. We'll just have to wait and see. But stick around for the rest of the week to find out what it's going to be. All right. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Mwah. Bye.